For many individuals, the thought of something exciting happening the next day, maybe it's kids going to Disney World, maybe it's Christmas Eve. It could also be something where someone's excited about a new job but nervous. There can be many reasons why somebody has difficulty falling asleep. Or maybe someone wakes up in the middle of the night, even thinking of the parents that are woken up by their kids and now they're finding it difficult to be able to fall back to sleep again. What we find is that when people are waking up in the middle of the night or when they're having difficulty falling asleep, many of the things that they're doing to try to fall asleep can actually make their sleep worse. Having all the lights on, having technology with the lights close to the face can confuse the brain, sending more light signals, which then keep the brain awake longer. If you're going to watch television, we want to make sure we're turning off the overhead lights, have maybe a side lamp on or just the TV light on. And when you're watching TV, a trick is you want to be sitting with your head in your hands and your elbows on your knees. So when you fall asleep, your head's going to nod forward and it's going to wake you up instead of your head falling back on the couch or standing behind the couch with your arms resting on the back of it so that it's helping you to be able to start build up some of that sleepiness without accidentally falling asleep on the couch and then waking up an hour or two later and finding it difficult to get in bed and fall back to sleep. If you're waking up in the middle of the night, if you're finding it difficult to fall asleep, we know that we don't want to be in bed just tossing and turning and associating our bed with frustration. Instead, it's important to do boring or mundane things that will help us to eventually decompress and shut our brains off, such as folding laundry or emptying the dishwasher. It's useful to be able to have different strategies and sleep triggers that our brain knows that when we start that routine each night, our brain's then going to be ready to prepare to be able to fall asleep. And we can then call on those in the middle of the night if we wake up. But in general, we want to make sure that we're not just turning to all of the technology, to all of the lights, and setting ourselves up to have a conducive environment to be able to fall back to sleep. If we're going to be reading, we want it to be, again, low light, obviously safe enough for our vision. If you're using the e-readers, making sure that you're having them in night mode with the black background with the white lettering instead of white background with the black lettering to emit less light, and trying to do things that aren't going to get the brain amped up and more awake, like checking email or starting a 2-hour movie when you're wanting to fall asleep and become sleepy. Be well.